Duskmourn House of Horror is the next upcoming set from Magic the Gathering, featuring a plane that's entirely encompassed by a weird haunted house. What we know so far is a bunch of characters from Magic lore are going to this plane through an Owen path specifically to investigate what the heck is up with it. One of the main characters in the story is the Wandering Emperor, who we know leaves Yoshimaru behind with Amanatu. Now, I don't think Yoshimaru is going to be in the set, but also, I don't think Amanatu is going to be in the set. She gets left behind, doesn't go to the plane, but she does have a commander precon that she's going to be the face commander for, which does imply some weird things. Usually, commander products are pretty disconnected from the rest of the main set, but every single face commander is relevant to the story in some way or another. So I do wonder if we're going to see an actual tie-in of the commander product to the story for like the first time ever. If we do, maybe Amanatu shows up at the end and saves the day, and maybe Yoshimaru shows up with her. What I'm imagining is Yoshimaru, miraculous savior, a dog that shows up and helps your entire team. There is a huge tradition of dogs sacrificing themselves to save everybody else in Magic. And while the concept is really solid of the loyal dog giving themselves to save you, it does end up with a dead dog every time, and that's not great. We want Yoshimaru to live, so what about when they show up, they save you? Now, originally, I thought this card was just going to be Yoshimaru shows up, they have Flash, everybody's got Indestructible, good game. But I don't think that it's that interesting of a card design. I wanted Yoshimaru's design to still be interesting enough that you could build around them as a commander. So instead of giving Indestructible, I thought, let's pay homage to the original Yoshimaru and have them give +1/+1 counters, since +1/+1 counters could still save your board in the event of damage-based removal. We also know that Amanatu's theme for the commander set is Miracle. Now, I don't know if they're actually going to print new Miracle cards, but they did back in the 40k Commander precons, so it's not that odd of a choice, even though you wouldn't normally see it in a main set. So I decided that Yoshimaru should definitely have Miracle. They are the beacon of light that shows up in darkness when everything is desperate, right in the nick of time. That's what Miracle represents. So how do we take this Miracle and have it not just be a cute one-off thing and actually the theme of a card? Yoshimaru, Miraculous Savior reads, a 1-mana, 1/1 white legendary creature dog. They have Flash, and when Yoshimaru enters, if its Miracle cost was paid, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They also have the activated ability for white, put Yoshimaru on top of its owner's library. And lastly, Miracle 0. You may cast this card for its Miracle cost when you draw it, if it was the first card you drew this turn. What I love about this design is it says, Miracle me again and again and again. As long as you can put me on top of the deck right before you draw the first time in a turn, you can use my Enter the Battlefield over and over again. And it looks like it's for free, but what it is it's eating a draw. If you know you're gonna draw a card, you can say, instead of drawing a card, I'm gonna spend 1 white mana and we will get my ETB again. That's all. Because of the way Miracle was worded and it only triggers on the first time you draw a card each turn, it means that we can have this 0 cost ability and you can't just keep hitting the button forever and ever and ever. If it was actually an ability that said, skip your next card draw, get this effect, you could just keep jamming that button, but instead you can only do it once per turn and you need to have a way of drawing a card. In mono white, might not work. In Amanatu's deck, probably going to be pretty easy. So that's my pitch for Yoshimaru, Miraculous Savior, a commander-only card for Yoshimaru where they show up at the end of the story and save the day.